Hey there. If you're watching this, you're probably a parent, and you've almost certainly had one of those moments where you look at your child and think, what on earth is going on inside your head? Well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to dive into some of the secrets of child psychology to help you finally decode those completely baffling behaviors. Ah, yes, the big one. This is the question that keeps so many of us up at night, isn't it? It could be a sudden tantrum over nothing, a flat-out refusal to do something simple, or just being totally glued to a screen. It can seriously feel like you're speaking two different languages. But I promise, you are not alone in this, and there really are answers. So let's get right into it. Why do these behaviors even happen? It is so easy to see them as just frustrating moments of defiance, right? But here's a big shift in perspective for you. What if I told you that almost every single one of these actions isn't a problem that needs to be punished, but a signal that needs to be understood? Do any of these sound, well, a little too familiar? The absolute meltdown over a broken crayon, the constant fights with their brother or sister, the sudden tears that seem to come out of nowhere. These are not just random acts of chaos. Think of them more like alarm bells. They are your child's way of trying to tell you that something much deeper is going on in their emotional world. To really get what's happening here, we need a key. And that key is one of the most powerful and, frankly, most helpful ideas in all of child psychology. It's called the iceberg principle. And this one idea can completely change how you see your child's behavior. It can transform that feeling of frustration into genuine understanding. Okay, so here's the crucial point. The behavior you actually see, the yelling, the crying, the defiance, that is just the 10% of the iceberg that's visible above the water. The real story, the 90%, is happening underneath the surface. It's this whole hidden world of emotions and fears and unmet needs that your child literally doesn't have the words for yet. So what do? They act it out. Just think about it like this for a second. That tantrum you're seeing, it isn't just a tantrum. It could be a symptom of some really overwhelming anxiety. That aggression, that might be a desperate cry against loneliness. And when a kid lies, it almost always comes from a deep-seated fear, a fear of getting in trouble, or even worse, losing your love. The behavior is just a coded message, and our job is to learn how to crack the code. Okay, so we've got the theory down. Now let's get really practical. How do we actually use this iceberg principle in the real world, with the behaviors that drive us absolutely crazy? Let's decode some of the most common challenges we all face. For instance, a child who seems obsessed with screens might actually be looking for an escape from feeling left out at school. So instead of just taking the tablet away, what if you tried joining them for a game? It just opens a door. Or a child who's aggressive toward their sibling isn't just being mean. They're often shouting, without words, "Hey, look at me, I matter too." The solution here isn't more punishment, it's connection. Like setting aside just 10 minutes of one-on-one special time.
Is your head spinning a little? Feeling overwhelmed? Don't be. You do not need a PhD in psychology to make a massive difference in your kid's life. All you need is a simple, concrete plan that even the busiest parent on the planet can start using tonight. This is your action plan.
Let's break this down. It's super simple. For 1 week, your only job is to be a detective. Just watch what happens right before a meltdown. Don't judge, don't fix, just observe. Then in week 2, you're going to pick just one tiny thing to change. Maybe it's as simple as saying, "Wow, I can see you're really angry about that." That's it. And then in week 3, look for any progress. Did a tantrum last 5 minutes instead of 10? That's a huge win. You got to celebrate that. And hey, if a 3-week plan feels like too much right now, just start with this. 5 minutes. A day. That's all. Asking these 2 simple questions can open up your child's inner world like nothing else. It's such a tiny habit, but it builds this massive bridge of communication and helps you spot those hidden needs way earlier. When it comes right down to it, all of these techniques and plans, they all point to one fundamental truth. The ultimate solution to challenging behavior isn't about control or discipline. It's about building a foundation of connection where your child feels truly, deeply, emotionally safe with you. As parents, we can really take one of 2 paths. There's the path of control, barking orders, punishing the behavior, and that often just makes things louder in the long run. But then there's the path of connection, where you just validate their feelings, put your phone down, and give them your undivided attention. That's what builds trust. And believe me, when a child trusts you, they actually want to cooperate. And please remember this, a calm child rarely comes from an anxious parent. Your own emotional regulation is probably the most powerful tool you have. Before you react to the next spilled milk or tantrum, just try this, the golden pause. It's just 5 seconds. Inhale, exhale. It's a tiny act that stops you from just reacting on impulse and lets you respond with intention. It is a total game changer. If you take away only one single thing from all of this, let it be this. We put so much pressure on ourselves and on our kids to be perfect. But what they truly, desperately crave, more than anything else in the world, is just the feeling that someone sees them and hears them and understands them, flaws and all. So I'll leave you with this question to carry with you. Tuck it in your back pocket. The next time your child acts out, before you react, before you say a single word, ask yourself this one simple thing. What is the feeling behind this behavior? Shifting your focus from the action to the emotion is the first and honestly the most important step in transforming your entire relationship with your child.